In this video, we'll take up the homework on greatest common factor and factor by grouping. So for question 1, you really just have to look at the expression and look at each term that makes up the expression and ask yourself, what are the factors that make up the term? Like 8b squared, it's 8 times b times b. So there's 2 factors of b and 1 factor of 8. And if you're able to establish the factors of the term, you should be able to establish the greatest common factor and then go from there. Just watch the signs, don't make any careless mistake. If your first term of the expression is negative, then your common factor will be negative as well. So let's get a good example, like p. So for 1p, the first term is negative 10x to the power 4. Of course, you have to write it in standard form. So yeah, the first term is negative, so the greatest common factor would be negative as well. Yeah, just really watch the signs and look at the exponents. And of course, the trick is to go with the lowest exponent because that's how much we can really offer you in terms of the number of factors of whatever the variable is. And of course, each term must have that variable, otherwise it's not going to be a common factor. For question 2, a bunch of examples on factoring by grouping. So create your 2 groups, common factor each group, and hopefully after you do that, you'll see that there's a common factor for the entire experiment. For 2g, j, h, and k, you can actually keep going. But you will learn those factoring techniques later on in the unit, so don't fret about it. If you wrote down what I have there, that's more than that's good enough. For question 3, it asks you how can you check if you factor correctly. All you have to do is expand and simplify, and you'll be able to reach back to the very beginning. Now, if you didn't get back to the expression at the beginning, you did one of 2 things incorrectly. Well, you either factored incorrectly or you're expanding it, your process of checking was incorrect. But hopefully you didn't make any mistakes and you'll be able to show that the factored expression and the unfactored expression, even though they look very different, are truly the same. They're mathematically equivalent. As for number 4, I didn't do anything because I really don't know which questions you're going to check, and I'm not going to expand all those, but you can have fun with that. Okay, so if you're ready, it's time to move on to the next factoring technique.